beautiful people, beautiful seekers. It's Mara Bird, and welcome to daughterofwindtarot. So glad to have you back. So glad to be back. These readings are timeless, of course, but at the recording of this video, we just went through the lunar eclipse this morning. I believe it was like 6:04. Oh, I went ahead and I made more moon juice. Oh, my collection's getting bigger and bigger. So I'll be using that. I'll use that for protection spray and all sorts of good stuff. So, anywho, back to so I went ahead and took a little bit of a mental health break. Speaking of spray, I'm going to spray you. I'm going to spray me. And spray the cards. Alright. A little bit of a mental health break, a little bit of a transition time in my life, and I just didn't have it. And the few videos that I have made, wait, no, I think I did a pick a card. Did I do one last week? It's been a long week. Right? And eclipse, I'm still holding my breath because once the eclipse comes, usually within 5 to 10 days, something spectacular or very different happens. The last eclipse, I lost like a whole friend group and job, like in place of work. I didn't lose it, but I walked away from it, and I didn't see that coming. So there's just lots of changes. So if you're going through it, it is the astrological weather that we are dealing with, and it's just like make sure that you're hydrating and getting enough sleep, and that you're trying to get. In fact, is that card over here? I had this deck that I was going to use. And Spirit told me to use this one by Sarah Marchetti, The Legend. And Balance came out, Temperance. And so I think that's just like it's just a message from the universe that's saying, a lot of things, like her hair is shorn. Is it here? The Temperance card in this deck, it's like her hair is like completely new. It's like the new haircut after a breakup type of thing. And it's just this like new, fresh skin kind of, I don't know. Okay, so we might be feeling a little sensitive too, but anyways, we're gonna go in a light topic today, and this is going to be their first impression of you. And I haven't really done one like this, right? I'm just kind of picking and choosing what the universe says. I have a little bucket and then I pull it out and I do it. So their first impression of you. So I don't know if this is going to be like love or anybody, but I'm sure we'll see it out in the cards. So anyways, glad to have you back. Can I speak? It's not even Mercury retrograde. Get my mouth working again. Okay, so I did have a subscriber ask about the piles. They're all the same. They've been pre-chosen, pre-shuffled. But I am just going to have you look at them so that I'm, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Okay? All right. Well, let's get into this. Let me put these in order. And all right, pile number 1. I'm excited. These are fun. It's like opening like a gift on Christmas morning, right? You never know what you're going to get. Woo! Wow, that's intense. I'm not taking any of these in reverse unless the tarot came out reversed. Oh, no, they said not to even do, no, I already had that conversation while I was doing the shuffling. I was going to time-lapse shuffle. Oh, I should have done it. I didn't realize I was going to be doing it on my phone, though. I thought I was going to be doing it on the GoPro, but the GoPro was kind of giving me wow, this is like really intense energy. You're intense. Let's just put it that, or at least they think you are, that's for sure. Okay, these are my healers. These are my, well, I don't know about mystics, but definitely, you're definitely a catalyst type of energy. Wow, with the tower. Okay, I'm going to show these to you as we go. We're going to take it. That's so interesting. Wow, what a juxtaposition. So first off, they definitely, well, we got this apocalypse energy, right? So this is along with the tower and the strength card and the fault line, this is like shake up energy with the vision, right? This is what you bring, and then we have the, okay, I'll just show you everything. And then we have the seer here with the council, all right, and then the beauty way. And then for your other 2 cards from the Animal Spirit deck, we have the loyalty and the deer. So do you see this juxtaposition, it's like you're this big tower energy, right? But you're all wrapped up in this very like sweet, the dog, loyal energy, right? The deer spirit, very, you might have a lot of Virgo in you. I'm just saying that because that's a very Virgoan card for me. But you've got this beauty way, but you're a seer, right? With the vision. So I think when they first met you, this is what their first impression was like. You're a sweetheart. You seem to be have a really great soul. Definitely a person that they could see being friends with at the very least. Right? They noticed if you were out in public or something like that you were like really nice to people. I feel like you're the person that's really nice to the wait staff. That's my number one. Like, I don't care how much money you have in your pocket or this, that, and the other. If you treat people, especially in the service industry, crappy, like, that's my number one red flag. I'll walk away from it, like, in a heartbeat. So, yeah, I definitely see that they knew there was something to you. They knew there was something under the surface. They knew, and you might be out and, like, out of the spiritual closet or something like that, because we have all of this energy. And this catalyst energy, I think it's going to go your first impression, and then kind of like because I was asking Spirit, do you want me to do the then and now? And they're just like, make the piles, and now here we are. Yeah, so I definitely feel like with this beauty way, you might just also be very like physically attractive, but there's this loveliness to you, right? There is a loveliness to you. You are quite the, I think somebody's coming out. You know how to treat people well around you, right? Like people want to be around you. I think this person wanted to get to know you a bit more just because you just have this gentle, sweet soul, and I don't think they saw this tower strength energy and the Six of Swords, because this is some powerful energy. First of all, you could have Scorpio. When I feel the energies, I'll pull it up there. Yes, Scorpio is the Tower card, but I mean, this is very Scorpionic. You also might have an Aquarius placement as well, just because of all this shake-up energy, and Aquarians are kind of like the rebel of the universe. But I mean, yeah, there's a quiet strength to you, because even though the Tower is like boom, even though the fault line is like boom, even Apocalypse is like boom, right there, it's like under the surface. I keep getting this like iceberg reference, that there's so much more under the surface to what you present, right? I feel like when they started to get to know you, they realized, and a lot of people, I can resonate with this energy, that a lot of people just see all of this, right? And they see your package. Again, I feel like you're very just aesthetically and energetically pleasing to the eye, and so maybe they didn't realize that you were like smart, or you had something going, or a business going, or that you got drive, right? You have power. I keep saying there's this power, but it's understated. It's the council, because you are so chill on the surface, and you are so lovely, and there you go, right? There's this pureness. I'm getting like this alabaster, this like Four of Swords. You've got a very healing energy, right? It's very easy to be around you. You're not a person where you're just like, oh gosh, let me like prepare myself to hang out with this person, right? I don't even have those type of people in my life anymore that I have to prepare to hang out with them. I mean, other when I go to work, but that's to be expected, right? But yeah, there's this peace, there's this calmness, there's this, you are able to self-soothe and self-heal and there's a lot of, there's just like, and you might, be a meditator or something like that, but there's also the seer, right? I feel like this kind of goes both ways. I feel like they started to realize that you are a seer, but I think they were observing you as well. Yeah, they were definitely kind of holding back. This guy's like all up in the bushes with his blow dart, right? This person knew that there was something, they could feel it. They couldn't see it, but I think very quickly they started to feel that there's a whole nother side to you that was completely unexpected. And again, I got immediately when I got into this energy, I feel like you're a catalyst. And if you're not familiar with catalyst energy, and I don't know if I'm going to articulate this, but Apocalypse with the fault line. Okay, yeah, no, I definitely started. I feel like maybe you are also, this person's kind of started to see their own cracks in the veneer. There was something beneath the cracks, but I think you reflect that to people. I feel like you're a very powerful mirror. Okay, and this apocalypse energy, that catalyst energy, is like you come into people's life and they think one way and they meet you and you completely change their expectation, whether it be from like what you look like on the outside, or perhaps your culture, or different socioeconomic backgrounds. Like a lot of people just like, maybe you don't have, you know, like a whole lot of like material wealth or whatever, and so people can make assumptions based on that. Versus, you know, and I get that all the time, right? Just because I may not have a lot of, but I have a lot of inner wealth, right? Which is eventually showing itself in the outside. But and it's so funny because like when I did have a lot of money, like back in the day, people would, you know what I mean? So it's very interesting, and I feel like you've done the work. Yeah, you've done the shadow work, and so when people get around other people that have done shadow work, they start seeing their own shadow. Right? They start seeing their own shadow. They start seeing the cracks in the surface, like what is something they thought is completely blown open by the perspective of you just being you. Like you just want, it's your energy, right? Because people can't help but be changed around you because you've done the work. You carry that energetic signature, right? And so I definitely feel like you really kind of rock somebody's world. Also, again, with this vision, because it's not the visionary, it's the vision. Like I feel like you're like very focused. You might like present kind of like me, like I'm super laid back when I meet people and everything like that. People have no idea that I used to run restaurants and I run 2 of my businesses and I'm an exotic dancer every once in a while and like all of these things, right? I don't allow people to, I don't give them all of that. Right? I basically give them crumbs and see what they're going to do with it. And it's not crumbs. There's a hell of a lot more to me than what people know. And they don't, until they've earned that, you know what I mean, to go into the deeper parts of me. Yeah, so I definitely feel like you're also a little reserved with that's where this holding back and this sweetness. So they might not have trusted you in the first place because they knew there was something else to you. They just couldn't put their finger on it. But yeah, I definitely feel like if you didn't make, I think you made a lovely impression, but you definitely have made an impression now, right? They definitely see you as this apocalyptic, can't mess with me tower energy that will not be ignored. But you don't go around saying I'm the tower or I'm, you know, a catalyst or I need to change you. You just do it within yourself. Your energy, because you have that energetic signature, it's just, it is what it is. Like, right? You can't help it. I'm sure you might not have a lot of friends. I'm just kind of picking up on, you know, this like loner, lone wolfy kind of energy. And I think the reason why is because of this energy. I feel like when you get around people, it's like your energy says shit or get off the pot. Right? Like you thought you were a nice person, you thought you were a loyal person, you thought you were, and then they meet you and they're like, maybe, like the world, yeah, it's just a complete like perception change. You are the hangman when you know, people are in a hangman in their life and then you walk in and they get completely flipped on their head. And what does the hangman do? He's been like, all the blood has been rushing my head. I've just kind of been hanging out with my foot up in the air and now I gotta change. Now I gotta do something, right? Because I definitely feel this is a pile that suffers no fools. Because we have the 6 of Swords here. I feel like you definitely cut out people that do not serve your best interest, and I feel like you do it very quickly, and I feel like you do it with grace. I don't feel like you're this big drama queen that's like blows up the whole thing and like screw you, whatever. I'm definitely getting an energy, and this is something I had to learn. It's like if people show you who they are, first of all, I think you believe them. And then you start slowly backing away, right? You make like a lovely, graceful exit because you are this beauty way, this loyal. And I don't think that you do it out of a screw you. I think it's just like, this person needs a lot of healing, right? Like in the South, when they say bless your heart, but they really mean screw you. Anywho, pile 1, that was awesome. I love that. And yeah, let's get into pile 2. So every time I'm like, I want to do the shuffling on camera, but then it just takes so much time, right? So anyway, all right, I went this way. Okay, let me go some agua, hydration station today. Yeah, I kind of overdid it last week. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was hitting the wine a little hard this past week. But man, the pressure yesterday, it was just kind of like I can stay on. I've got a lot of, stuff going on personally, but just the energetic pressure, it was so much. Like finally I just like kicked it back with one of the Airbnb guests, and like we just hung out and shot the shit. And it was just like, sometimes, and I'm not even like that type of person, right? I'm around people all the time, but I'm a loner. I spend a lot of time by myself, and so anyways, it was just, I don't know why I'm getting into, I'm like, okay, there's some water in this pile, because I'm like, all of a sudden I just want to tell you about my day and what I did, and that only happens around Scorpios, Cancers, and Pisces for me. You like ask one question, everybody's like, well, let me tell you the rest of my life. So pile 2, I'm already feeling that you're very, very easy to, you're just lovely to speak to. Yeah, because it was like, this person I haven't, and it was just there was like nothing crazy. It was just like, it just needed to be outside and like talk to get my mind off of everything and to get the pressure off of everything. And it's just, I feel like that's definitely you. I don't feel like you've got this. And there she is. The Temperance card, pile number 2. Yeah, balanced, right? Balanced. Look at this. What a beautiful card. So we're going to put her right there. Ancient Ones. Yeah, super chill, super earthy, super ground down. I love this badger. Ooh, Vulture Spirit. Okay, let me show you these. So we've got the Ancient Ones. We've got the Badger Spirit. We've got the Mystery Bobcat Spirit. And we have the Vulture, and nothing is wasted. Oh, yeah, there it is. Wow, really cool, though, because, we've got the womb, the B is silent, womb, the mystic, hello, with the owl, yeah, definitely. Oh, with the water? What did I say about water? You can't make this stuff up. I love tarot so much. I love card divination so much. The water with the owl. So yeah, okay. I feel like you observe people really well. This might be them observing you, but you are. Ooh, with the King of what? We got the 3 of Coins. Wait, there's one more card here. Oh, and the Siren. Wow, these are really sexy piles. I'm not gonna lie, y'all are sexy people, masculine or feminine, right? We're talking about energy. So this person, first of all, I feel like they can learn a lot from you. That they realize, yeah, there's a lot under the surface, but they knew, like with the other pile, oh, there's one more card. I didn't even realize, and the Father. There's so much, okay, you're very, very balanced in your masculine and your feminine energy. Very, very balanced, because I have all of this King energy. You are the King of Wands, right? The King of Pentacles. So very earthly, because the Queen versus the King energy, right? King energies, like especially like the King of Wands goes after what they get, Badger Spirit, right? The King of Pentacles is very like knows how to manage things, right? And knows like he's for me, in my opinion, the King of Pentacles is the step before getting to Emperor, right? Because the King of Pentacles like works his way through all of the other kings, like the cups and the emotions, and now they're able to manage people. And once they start managing people and properties and stuff like that, then they're in Emperor energy, right? So they see you very, when it comes to work, like you're a hard worker. Yeah, you definitely have a drive. Because with this Badger Spirit, but I feel like it's a conundrum, because then you have the Siren energy with the womb and the mother, but then you got the Father. Look at this, super, super balanced. I feel like they feel like you're very talented. I feel like they think that you're very emotionally adept. And again, like I knew I felt that water, because it's like as soon as I get with a water person, I'm just like, let me tell you about my day. And so, like, easy to talk to, right? You have this emotional EQ about you. You have this je ne sais quoi, but it's very quiet, even though it's like life is a mystery. I feel like you're not a person that like tells your business like right away when you meet people, because there's also this observation, and you are the mystic. Yeah, I definitely, with this emotional EQ, I definitely feel, in this Siren, I feel like you know your own energy. I know Siren and the Father, Right? Yeah, you are definitely, they see you, this is all Empress energy. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, because I've got the womb, I've got the mother, I've got all of the queens here, I've got the emotional stability, I've got the pentacle stability, I have the, and pentacles doesn't necessarily mean how much you have in the bank, it's like what your assets. Right? You may not have a lot of people, but you may know people that have money, right? You know what I mean? Like you have built something up with all of this energy. And I wanted to see with all of this energy, but like all of this energy, yeah, you're building something up too. I feel like they see that you're building something. I feel like they have a lot of respect for you. And a lot of you with this bobcat, it was just surprising to them. And nothing is wasted. You're very resourceful. Yes, I definitely feel like if you're like King of Pentacles, I don't have any money in my bank. It's not about that. It's wealth in resources, in talents, in how you can speak to people. Like you're able to present yourself well. You've got plans going, right? You're not just sitting around Netflixing it, right? When everybody's like, how, people say that about me, like, and I'm like, do you know how much I don't sit around and watch Netflix. Like, I work, and then I work at another job, and then I work on my stuff, and then I work, and I have a nice balance. Yeah, you have a nice work-life balance. You created something for yourself, whether it's your own business or just a really great, because I don't feel like you're necessarily, I feel like I'm talking to more of an entrepreneurial type of person, or definitely if you have like a regular steady job, I feel like you're excelling in it, or you got like a ton of side hustles or something. There's something that because you don't get the King of Wands and like sit in a cubicle, right, all day. If you sit in a cubicle, maybe you're working on your other work, side hustles on or whatever, but this is definitely an energy that's not like happy with the status quo. That's not just happy hanging around and like the, you know what I mean? You got the two most fiery freaking like just, oh, there's oomph to you, right? You have I'm just getting also like you might have a Taurus placement, like a very strong Taurus placement, because I feel like you start things and you finish them. And I feel like you don't let anybody get in your way. I also feel like with now all of a sudden the Ancient Ones is talking to me. And I'm getting I feel like definitely a lot of earthy vibes. Earth and water, I think, are very strong. We do have the fire. You might just have like a pop of Sagittarius. You could be like a fiery moon, or I've been listening to Siren Tarot. Oh, here's a nod to her, Siren Tarot. And she does all these astro combos. And I'm like, I used to get annoyed with them, like really, but like now I'm like, I'm picking up. She's got a lot of knowledge. I really love her. She's actually from San Antonio, which I think is cool. I'm learning more Spanish because of her. But anyways, this Badger spirit, like these two energies kind of mirror each other. And the Badger is like well known. It might be cute, right, with this daisy and everything like that, but a badger's a badger. I mean, a mofo honey badger, you don't mess with them, right? They are known to be tenacious and, I was gonna say vivacious, but like vicious too, right? There is but I get this low to the ground. I feel like they realize, I think everybody realizes about you that you're very protected. You're Ancient Ones. It's very obvious with the mystic and the womb, right? Like you're very tapped into your feminine energy, but you're not gonna let anybody wound it, and nobody else around you is either. You're very, very highly, highly protected. And I feel like people already know this about you. You might be very highly protective of yourself as well. I feel like, with this mystery and nothing is wasted, yeah, I feel like you really, when you read the room, you read the room. I mean, you are the mystic, right? You are the mystic. And you're wise enough. You are the father. All of a sudden they want to pick up this up. The mystic and the siren. So first of all, because the siren draws people in. So you're magnetized. People aren't magnetized to people that tell their business all over, right? That's not an attractive trait when you're always like, and this is what I do, and this is what I do, whatever. Like people, when you say less, people lean in. When you talk more, people, fall back. And so I feel like you definitely have learned this about yourself. Because the siren energy isn't just a siren. This is a learned energy. This is something that you worked on. And I definitely can relate with this, because I used to be that person that was just looking for outward validation from everybody. And so I told them my business and then I'm going here and I'm doing this, whatever. But was I really doing it? Like, I had a lot of intentions, and I had like one foot forward in a lot of things, but I wasn't just like doing it. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, like making action, like waking up in the morning and making a plan and then doing it, right? And this is something that people like expect. I feel like when they meet you and they get drawn in, they get sucked into that magnetism, and then all of a sudden they realize you're protected, but you're also protected by yourself, right? You rely on your instincts. You believe in like I said, when somebody shows you who you are, you definitely believe, and you might want to pile 2, because I feel like that's 6 of Swords, but I feel like you see people coming. Not only are you willing to like walk away from people, but I feel like just you see things coming and you sidestep and you navigate people, because people do not realize how much like nonverbal information you get. And especially if you come from like a home like mine, it was like full of turmoil and rage, or if you come from like an alcoholic or any type of abusive home life, that you get really sensitive to these things, like knowing like when that parent is in a bad mood or whatever, like you really pick, and you don't realize that you carry all of this knowledge with you out into the real world, and it's really a wonderful quality to have if you lean into it, because you can say, you know what, I know that energy. The first time somebody gaslights you, you're like, oh, you're a gaslighter. I believe you. I'm moving away now, right? So, yeah, you definitely, the people, again, they get sucked into, you might be, like I said, well, not even might be, I know you're very balanced in your masculine and feminine, but your femininity, like your inner feminine, masculine or male, like male or female, like, or I mean, not gender, but I'm saying, I'm talking to everybody here. You have healed your inner feminine. You don't act out of a wounded feminine, and you're willing to step up and be the father. You're the whole package. This is their first impression of you, and I feel like they felt it. I feel like they saw it. I feel like it's not something that was just like, you know what I mean? I feel like you're pretty, even though you're a mystery, and you eke out, you give people that, it's like something felt, right? Pile 1 is this catalyst energy. You draw, right? When people get around pile 1, they're like, whoa, that's a lot of energy. When they get around with you, they're like, hi, who are you? And you're like, I'm everything. I am that bag of chips and then some, right? So beautiful energy, pile number 2. I really, really enjoyed this. I'm like, okay. Every time I'm like, we're doing that one? Really? And then I'm like, this was so much fun. So pile 2, thank you for allowing me into your energy. And yeah, let's get on with it. Pile number 3. I wish I had like a little like swoosh for a transition. I mean, I could if I didn't. That's the stuff I'm like, when I get awesome at videography, I'll do all the cool things. Right now, I'm just learning how to not throw my laptop. We're learning Premiere Pro, and I'm still like, it's been frustrating. I've been happy. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I have a wonderful laptop now. I'm very, very grateful for it. But sometimes, yeah, just the digital anything can get a little frustrating. So I'm like, oh, here we go, pile number 3. I'm curious what's going on. I got just very like, I wanted to give you all the details. So you might be, let's just go there. Yeah, I like feel, this is interesting. Okay, we've got the rattle. We have the Tree of Life. Love this. We have Spirit has your back, Eagle Spirit. So you speak truth. I definitely get, woo, there's that Queen of Coins. Oh, and Wombat Spirit. Eagle Spirit and Wombat Spirit. Can you see? We have Queen of Pentacles. Look at that poppin' third eye. Ciro Marchetti. I love his artwork. I'm in love with all of his decks. We have, and there's so many more. I'm like, oh, I need to put that on the list. The Intuitive Professional Nook. Very exciting. I've got the first video up. I've actually got the second one finished, but I have to make a thumbnail for it and everything like that. But it's really good. I think it is, at least. We have the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Having a lot of options. Woo, with the King of Swords. Look at this. Queen of Cups. I mean, I love all you piles. Y'all are awesome. You're definitely like a lover, not a fighter. As I see the ring, yeah. I'm like, you're definitely like a lover, not a fighter. Woo, with the Venom and the Shaman. Yeah, okay, I can see the Venom here with the King of Swords. Yeah, no, I definitely don't feel okay. I'm talking to a person. You're like, show me the money. Eagle Spirit, you're not afraid to speak your mind, right? And you speak the truth. I feel like you walk in truth. You may not have always been like that, but you now know your truth, right? Because a lot of people will hem and haw and not make decisions, all this other stuff, and look for other people and for their opinions and everything like that. If you trust your intuition, you might be clairaudient, but I also feel like you search for the truth. You look for the truth. You're well versed. You're well researched. I don't feel like you just speak on topics that you don't know anything about or pretend. You know what I mean? I feel like you're very just upfront and honest and to the point, and I love that. I love that energy here. You're very comfortable in your own skin with Wombat. You're very comfortable in your own skin. You're very at home. You're very sure of yourself, right? When we talk about the Wombat be at home, you're like, I know who I am. I know my truth. If I don't know the truth, I'm gonna find out the truth. Yeah, definitely a little detective kind of vibes in here too. But yeah, I think people want to wife or hubby you up. Also with this tree of life, I feel like the people feel like they can really grow something stable with you. They see longevity. Why? Because you are truthful, right? Like sometimes people, I think, might be taken aback by that because of this King of Swords. You're very clear in the venom. Yeah, no, I don't feel like you pull a lot of punches. You might have a lot of Gemini or Sagittarius in your chart. And I'm just saying that specifically because we got swords and we got venom, and it's that blunt, no filter, but I don't feel like you're the person oh, did I say that? I don't feel like you give people backhanded compliments. I just feel like your style of communication is a little less, and you might come, for me, I used to just pussyfoot around people's feelings and everything like that, and then I got into a corporate, America, with managers and dealing with pilots and people that are professional, and you have to have a certain, it's a different style of communication versus if I'm waiting on a table versus am I managing 90 employees, right? Or if I'm speaking to someone on a plane that's yelling at me in front of 300 people, I feel like you can get to the point without, so people might feel like it's venomous, I feel like sometimes it's assertive, but I think some things fall out of my mouth a little bit. I could have put a little different tone on it, or you know what I mean, or soften it up. And I think sometimes you might have foot and mouth disease, but yeah, I think you're a little intense. I feel like this person felt like you have a lot of options with the Seven of Cups. I don't feel like it's confusion. I definitely feel and that you have a lot of things up in the air, that you've got a lot going on, and you were a manifestor. You got the rattle. Again, there's all this truth energy coming from you, because I even see this as this singular, it's because what comes out of our mouth, that's what we manifest. People don't realize every single word that comes out of your mouth is you're putting that into the universe, into the vortex. If you listen to, I love, can't access that part of my brain right now, Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham Hicks. And it's whatever you put out there is what's going to be coming back to you. And so I feel like you're very careful with your, I feel like you're very careful with your speech, even though people might think it's venomous. I definitely feel like you just don't mince words, and you don't tiptoe around people's feelings. And, again, it's the style, it's where you're coming from, it's your background. You've had to learn how to communicate and what you're doing. Like I said, in real estate and you're dealing with contracts, I'm not going to talk to them like I'm talking to the daycare worker or something like that. We're going to have a different style of communication. So I feel like you're very, very highly aware of information. You know what I mean? Because remember at the beginning of this, you might have some Virgo in there too. It's you're very precise. Yeah, very precise. But that when you say something, right, when you have it manifests. And you are a manifester. So you put things out there purposely. You speak things out there purposely because that's what you want to put out there, and that's what you want to get. You're very sure. Very, very sure. Also, you have the shaman and the ring. I feel, again, not only do people want to commit to you, but you're committed to yourself. But I definitely feel like people see you as longevity, wifey, hubby energy, and they know that you can commit, right? I feel like people believe you, right? I don't feel like you go around speaking the truth and then be a cheater, right? You're if I'm gonna be a cheater, I'm gonna manifest a cheater. right? So so this is definitely people, it's integrity, it's self-integrity. What is self-integrity? It's doing the right thing when no one is looking, right? It's like doing it because well, first of all, karma's a bitch, especially when you get into my line of work, and I've finally worked through a lot of my karma, so my karma is basically instant, and people don't realize that, oh yeah, there's something here with that as well. Maybe we got 2 shaman cards. Yeah, no, you are a master manifester. And you might have dreams. I'm not necessarily getting like we had a full-on mystic, vibe and a full-on, this is shamanic, so you might have a long line or a family and has ancestry, but I definitely feel like you're spiritual in some way. I definitely feel like, because the shamans, one thing I love about, when I hear about shamans, I haven't done a lot of work, but they're definitely people that have like a lot of humor. Right? They're definitely the people that are not afraid to be by themselves and go off and do the things and have the experiences and do the drugs or whatever it is. But it's like calling, especially with this, it's like calling things in, right? This manifestation. You are able to bring things to you. People are like, I said I wanted to be a flight attendant. It's like, how do you become a flight attendant? You just like start looking, and then like, what do they want? Like, you are able to go through the steps. Yeah, there's that detail oriented, right? You can make things happen because you can reach for them. You can say, okay, somebody says like, oh, I want to be a pilot. Well, I don't have the money or whatever, and you go and find the grant program that you can get money as a pilot for being a minority. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a resourcefulness, but it's like you have a vision and you're able to hold it. You're able to keep it. You're able to stick with it. Why? Because you're comfortable in your own skin. You're comfortable with the time that it takes. Yeah, you're definitely time, and you know that there's always options. You also know that like things are going to come your way. Like you were magnetizing. You're sending this light out into the world. And this Queen of Pentacles, I love this. I feel like a lot of people want to give you things. Why? Because I feel like they think and know that you're the truth. I feel like you're very trustworthy because the Queen magnetizes. The King goes after things. So you have the King of Swords. You go after things verbally, right? Well, we've already established that you are very adept, right, with your sword, regardless of whether you have one or not. But you also have this Queen of Pentacles where you're able to sit back and people want to come to you and give you opportunities, and they see, yeah, there's this potential. It may not even just be romantic, right? People know that like having you as an employee, having you as a business partner, having you as a friend, having you as a person on the team, that there's roots, right? And then get that song, I've got no roots. I love it. But you have longevity. People see this. Like the Queen of Pentacles, is the pre-empress. Right? She's about to start managing her own property. She's about to start hiring her own employees, right? Because that's the Empress that is able to manage a bigger, a bigger system of more things. There's more things in the air. People just want to give to them, but the Empress also manages in her own way, just like the Emperor, right? But it's in a different style. It's more that sitting back and magnetizing in. And, being this wise, I'm definitely getting a Hierophant too, especially with like how detail oriented. You might be very excellent at like teaching and explaining things because you have such clarity, right? Like you can get down to the nitty gritty. But yeah, you are definitely, they might have, I'm like, we're talking about first impressions, and I'm just like thinking like all these other people, but they also might have seen you like literally as, like someone they did want to commit to, right? And felt like you would be a great person to commit to. So pile number 3, I feel like I'm giving like a whole lot of other people's opinions kind of in here about you, but this was their first impression. So that was lovely, and we're gonna pile number 4. All right. Yeah, I think 4 is a good number. I love having a bunch of piles, but it's a lot of energy, and I just need a laid back reading, something fun, and I always love gassing y'all up, right? I always do. Let's see here, pile number 4. What am I getting off of this? I just heard that. I'm seeing stars. So you might have like a star quality performance kind of quality to you. You might be, like an influencer, or like have a big social media princess or princess? I was gonna say presence. Okay, so I think I'm like, now I'm curious. Let's get into these. All right, pile. Oh, I just heard she's like the wind. Ooh, starfish. There it is. There it is. Yeah, starfish. Ooh. Can you see it? Open to infinite possibilities. So I'm definitely feeling like you're a person that a lot of people are attracted to. You've got this, the starfish from the Wild Unknown. There's this reader, Adelina Bond. I was just thinking of her this week, and she always called the starfish as the Princess Diana card. And I always get that. I don't always get that with this, but definitely in this, like everybody just loves. Everybody wants to gaze upon you. They might put you up on a pedestal, right? A little bit with like, oh my gosh, and they see you as a fast mover. They see you as a very fast mover, maybe a fast talker. They know that you've got something going on. Yeah, they definitely felt like you've got momentum around you. They feel like you're there's something. You've got power behind you. But it's not like power. It's like you're gonna get swept up. And then I said power, and then we have the horse, right? Horse spirit is all about power. Yeah, there's this beautiful power about you. They thought that you were just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, just fast. You come in. This might have been like how you walked into the room. Like it just felt like a wind. You know what I mean? Like they met you. They felt your energy this fast. So I'm like, all right, Siren Tarot, possible astro combo here. But definitely, I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius, like fire vibes from you, and maybe some Cancer with the starfish, for sure. But there's something fast about you. Oh, you might have some air placements too. Yeah, you might be yeah. Okay. Woo! With the wow. They really think highly of you. First of all, we have the Emperor and we have the Devil with Death. Okay, I'm getting like they thought you might be the Death. Oh, I think this person didn't believe that you would I didn't feel like they thought you would stick around, right? With this, like this person isn't. Right? This person moves fast. They can't, and they might actually think that, right? Maybe because of your looks, they might think that you just kind of blow through people and that you're like a heartbreaker, especially with this death energy and the Devil, the Emperor. I'm getting this, yes, like this is what they think of you, but I also feel like they think a lot of emperors are going to come after you. Like, I feel like they feel like, I feel that they feel that you feel, because this, the Devil can mean like obsession, right? They might thought, it's interesting. I'm not getting like super mystic vibes here. Let's look at the rest of these cards. I haven't even looked up these. Yeah, I'm not. So much more movement for sure with these birds. Yeah, I don't think they thought you were an empty box. Oh, self, the temple, the mountain. Yeah, I definitely feel like they thought you were a little, maybe full of yourself. Because I got that princess, right? They might have thought you weren't going to stick around, that you were just like surface kind of, you know what I mean? Like really obsessed with like surface type of things, right? Like they might have really kind of thought that you were, because I get all this fast moving energy and this beauty energy, and then I have all this like self and the temple and an empty box. And it's like, just like really like kind of self-focused. And hey, here's the thing, like a lot of people, like I don't even like to tell them that I'm doing the social media thing because they probably think I'm out there like, and hey, you know what, I'm going to have a channel for that as well. But I mean, just like it's self-aggrandizing or putting yourself on a shelf, or you know what I mean, or a pedestal as well. I think there was like, they weren't sure, right? If you were just surface and you only cared about followers and cared about, so I definitely feel, I definitely feel like this person did not think that they were worthy of you. I definitely feel like this person was very highly physically attracted to you with the Devil and the Emperor, but then all of a sudden they met the Emperor. They realize you're an emperor, right? So you might be like, I have a social media channel, and you're like, I got 4 businesses, and whatever, and I also, you know what I mean? And they're like, whoa, I did not see that coming from this beautiful starfish, right? Like, I did not see. They also might have felt like you might be, again, I'm like picking up on a little bit, like you might be into like witchy vibes, not necessarily like psychic vibes, but like, you know, you might dabble in the, just a lot of fire here, that you might dabble into the craft or something along those lines. Again, I don't judge, but, you know, I think they sat back and observed you for a while. And I think what they realized is, like, when they first met you, they thought it was the wind, that you're a wind and that you're just going to blow out. They realized you got this horse. I mean, talk about strength and stamina and power, right? Emperor energy. And then what they really realized after observing, and you also observe as well, right? You are the crow. Like, the crow in this deck is like an observer. And so I think this is I just heard tailored energy. I don't even know what that means. Tailored energy? I was going to say shared energy. That's a psychic slip for somebody. Oh, tailored. Got it. Taylor, custom, curated. I've been getting that word. Jess Puckett, the Chaos Witch. I love her channel so much. I love listening to her voice. She's got such a crazy, awesome perspective, and I'm in love with her. But she's been saying curated a lot, and it's true. Yeah, I felt like they felt like you were very curated around them, that you were just picking and choosing, and you know what I mean, like just being the bombshell or whatever. And then they got to know you and they realized you're the bombshell, you're the brains and the beauty, right? And what they thought was this like attention seeking whatever from you, actually you're the rainbow, and that you're in full alignment and you know exactly where you're going. And just because you are out in the public eye, or that's something, you know, people with me, like they say, oh, you know, social media or whatever, and I'm just like, that's what I used to go for, the resume. I have an amazing resume, but right now, like in this world, social capital, my media kit is going to be a hell of a lot better for me than who I used to work for. Right, I bring all of that to the table, and so I definitely feel like, especially with all these as my ear pops, with all, you know, this is a full alignment. This is like you taking all of your skills and from all of the different people that you've like dealt with, and all the jobs you had and everything like that, and putting it all together for something for yourself. Full alignment, and you got the power of the universe behind you. That's also why there's all of this fast energy, because I think you're a person that if people don't like stick around, like if people aren't good to you, if people aren't nice to you, if people are going to treat you like the way, like this starfish, like this beautiful, delicate kind of whatever, I feel like you're out of there. That also, with the death, yeah, with the death, I feel like you don't wait around for people. You know your worth. This, you are using all of the tools, all of your assets, right? We're going to take that vulture spirit again from Pile Team. I'm going to check that out. But you definitely have, because I feel this could be, you know, these are different facets, right? I'm talking about this coming from my experience, right? These are different facets of my personality, right? And that's why I'm able to speak on them and expound on them for you, the viewer. And so, yeah, no, and now I'm getting to this energy where I feel like, yeah, you're just very, I think you're extrapolated. They were trying to extrapolate something. Like, I need to, like, look that up. We're going to be doing vocab over on the other channel. If you want to check it out, the Intuitive Professionals, Nook. I've got a new pick a card coming up, hopefully this week, if I can get it off the SD card. And, can I tell you, I'm frustrated. But, anyways, I learn more and more as I go. Yeah, you're not afraid to leave things, people, places, environments, anything like that aren't serving you. Like, you are willing to, like, cut things off. Why? Because you're busy. You're the emperor, right? And, you know, you've dealt with a lot of devils, right? You've dealt, you know, especially if, like, you're making money off of your looks and off of your talents and off of your this, that, and the other. Like, you definitely might be just that person who's like, I know a devil when I see one. I can feel it. I can see it. I can feel it coming, right? And I think that people get obsessed with you with this devil because you're in that energy where you're like, I can take it or leave it, right? And when people want what they can't have, right? People want what they can't have. You know, a lot of people, like when you start getting like out in the dating world or whatever, and people, you know, that like hypergamy and looking for someone that, you know, can take care of you and all of that other stuff. And it's just like in my past experience, I'm like, sometimes the people with the most money have the most money to like manipulate and make your life hell, and you know what I mean? Like money does not make the man or the woman or the anything like that, right? It's not about, even though people think that that's all about what you're about, right, is the outside package, and then they realize they're dealing with an Emperor on the inside. I don't care what your gender is. Like, it is, and all of a sudden they want, I want, and they realize they can't have, and then they're like, what can I bring to this person? What can I offer them? And then they get squirrely and crazy on your ass, right? And try and obsess and manipulate and everything like that. And I feel like you've just really dealt with that energy, and you're like, no mas. I can see you coming, and I see you're willing to cut things off, right? You're willing to walk away and start over because you know your worth. So I'm like, pile 4, I'm feeling great about this reading. Thank you for that energy. I love that. All right, amazing. So glad to be back. I'm so glad we did this. Thank you, Spirit, for those lovely messages. And yeah, okay. So if you're interested I'm going to have it linked in the description. If you're interested in private readings, I've got a gig on Fiverr set up. I'm very excited about it. It's a lot easier than like dealing with Etsy. And yeah, so that'll be linked in the description. And I'm trying to think. I'll also have links to all of my social as well as the Intuitive Professional Nook. I would love for you to go over there and check those readings out. They're all going to be more career-based and, pardon me, and then we're going to get into just, how to, as an intuitive person, navigate better in this world and use your gifts and your talents to move forward. So anyways, I love y'all so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We'll see you next time, all right? Be gentle with yourselves, okay? All right, bye.